Hello and welcome to the BA Sports Podcast. This is going to be episode number 11. We are your hosts, Adam and Ty, and as always, we are happy to be a part of the BA Network. Today, we're going to be giving you our thoughts and opinions on the Cleveland Browns and their ridiculous week that they've had. We will all touch a little bit on the Indians and their playoff push. We'll also be going over some of the best nicknames in sports. I think it's going to be a good one today. How's it going?
Not too bad. I'm excited for this week. I mean, we're coming off a good week with our guest last year, Tim.
Last year? Last week, maybe?
Maybe last week, yeah.
It has been a long week after that Browns game.
Yeah, but after our guest last week with Tim, I'm feeling good about this week. I'm feeling this is going to be a good one.
We're in the new spot here. We switched locations. We're over at our producer's place now, and it's a lot nicer environment for us here.
Yeah, nice setup. We'll probably want to post some pictures on social media, probably on Facebook and Instagram. Maybe some during the podcast, and also some of just the setup, just to give you guys a little peek of what we're working with. But yeah, should be a good week. So how about them Brownies?
Yeah, they did not have a good week.
No, very, very, very bad week. But at this point, it's just kind of funny. In all honesty, I mean, let's just break down some of the major injuries. So we got Josh McCown. He's out for a while with a shoulder injury.
Yeah, he hurt his shoulder. He took a beating against that Ravens defense there. They really banged him up pretty good.
So we got Corey Coleman, who also broke his hand. Or no, not also, but he broke his hand and is out 4 to 6 weeks.
Right, yeah, that was in practice. Hasn't came out exactly how he broke his hand.
Right.
But
that makes me a little nervous. I'm not sure.
After he threw a little jab at the Ravens corner,
right,
who knows how he might have broken his hand this week. But
right. Carl Nassib, my boy.
Hall of Fame Carl Nassib.
Got his hand stuck in a face mask during the game, and it broke his hand. So
that's got to be painful.
Yeah, that's not looking good. That's just terrible to think about. And then we got Cam Irving with a pulmonary contusion, which is also known as a bruised lung.
He did his little whale flop, I called it. He just
funniest block I've ever seen. Like, I feel bad because
first of all, it wasn't even a block. He completely whiffed. He just completely whiffed the dude, lands, and somehow bruised his lung based off of his own weight or something.
I feel terrible because it was like a serious injury.
Right.
Like, he had to go to the hospital and stuff, but watching him just take this dive at this Ravens player and just miss.
It was a very awkward fall, dive, block attempt, whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
it was odd.
It was terrible. So let's talk about what these injuries mean. So first, let's start with McCown. So the quarterback situation now is Cody Kessler.
Our third-round rookie comes in and becomes the fifth quarterback in the last 5 games for the Browns.
And I believe we also had a bet about if we would see Cody Kessler week 3, and I believe I called that and was 100% right on that.
Yeah, you did last week. You hit the nail right on the head right there with that one. I mean, we all kind of knew it was a possibility given RG3 and Josh McCown's injury history. Right. But I really didn't think it would happen, but yet here we are going into week 3 with our third starting quarterback of the season.
And this also goes back to last year, our 5th quarterback in as many games.
Right, because we had Johnny Manziel, I believe, started week 16, then Austin Davis 17, RG3 week 1, Josh McCown week 2, and now Cody Kessler week 3.
That's quite the run.
It's pathetic.
That's quite the run. Like, that's impressive.
I saw something on Instagram. I don't remember the exact number. I'm going to be a little off. But it's something along the lines of the Patriots with Jacoby Brisket, however you say his name.
Brissett.
With him starting last night's game, Thursday Night Football, it was their first time that they've had a rookie quarterback start a game in something like 265 games.
Yeah.
And
I bet.
I had to tag the Browns in there with a big LOL.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure we've started 265 rookies in that same amount of time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to see. And, of course, the Patriots rookie quarterbacks are amazing. He obviously leads them to a shutout win last night versus the Texans against a great Texans defense.
Yeah.
And he looked amazing. He had some legs under him. He threw the ball good.
I think this, to me, more than ever proves, when you look back at the history of the Patriots quarterbacks, it's a system thing. I don't care what anyone says. No one's going to convince me otherwise that the success at the Patriots quarterback position is more on Bill Belichick and the system that he has created than the quarterback himself. That's why I've never been that big on our boy Tim's boy Tom Brady.
Right.
Because I've always felt that it was a system thing, and I think, it proves itself over and over because we had Matt Castle back in the day. He left and got a big contract. Tom Brady obviously has had tremendous success. But anybody you plug in at the quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, he looked great. Everybody in between, anybody that starts for quarterback at the Patriots has success. And I don't think it's because they're all that great at quarterbacks. I think it's just they're put in the right system.
See, I think a lot of it is just the coaching from Bill Belichick. Obviously, one of the greatest coaches of all time. But I think if Tom Brady was in that game, they would have blown him out by more. I think Tom Brady is obviously an all-time great quarterback. I put him in probably top 5 quarterbacks of all time. So I think the system helps, but I don't think it comes down to just the system, especially for a great like Brady.
So if you take Tom Brady away from the Patriots and you put him, say, on the Miami Dolphins, does Tom Brady still a top 5 quarterback in NFL history, in your opinion? No,
because it has to do. I don't know. It has to do a lot with that coaching. I think him and Belichick, it's such a mutual improvement on each of them. Like
they play well off of each other.
If Belichick didn't have Tom Brady, would he be one of the greatest coaches of all time?
I mean, you saw Belichick. Well, we were still very young, but Belichick in Cleveland, he was building something very good in Cleveland before Art Modell took the team away and moved them to Baltimore.
That is true, but that happens a lot where teams have something going. It still doesn't answer how many Super Bowl appearances and wins and stuff. So
right, but I think that he's proven before that he's at least a good coach, maybe not the greatest of all time. But, they do help each other out. But to me, you put Tom Brady in Miami. Tom Brady is just another quarterback. I don't think he's no Hall of Famer. But you put Peyton Manning, no matter where you put Peyton Manning, he's going to be a Hall of Famer in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, so that's how I've always felt about Tom Brady. I thought he's just I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but I think that the system he's in elevates him above and beyond where he should
I definitely think we're going to be disagreeing on this. I don't think you say he's more of a system quarterback. I think he does have that all-time great intangible in him. So I think we will disagree on this, but so let's move back to the Browns. That's enough about.
Yeah, we kind of got off.
Yeah, that's enough about the Patriots. So we talked about Cody Kessler starting the quarterback situation. We signed clipboard Jesus. Charlie Whitehurst is now our
backup quarterback,
third string now.
They said that he's going to be backing up Kessler.
Not Pryor as an emergency.
Right. Pryor's probably the number 3 to where if Kessler gets killed and then Whitehurst comes in and gets killed, then we probably go to Pryor. But
I wasn't sure on the short week if they would just have Pryor in there for one game and then elevate.
No, I seen that they had Whitehurst listed as a number 2 quarterback.
Gotcha. So Charlie Whitehurst is in there, career backup basically. Not much to say about his performances.
Right.
Yeah, good. He's a good backup. He's not starting caliber, so he'll fit right in with the Browns when Kessler goes down next week against the.
All right.
When Cameron Wake tears his ACL by going low.
Is Charlie Whitehurst starting quarterback week 4? Let's see Ty's thoughts and future prediction here.
No.
At
least week 6.
Week 6.
Week 6. Right. I give Kessler a couple games.
All
right. So moving on from there, we'll go talk about Coleman a little bit more. Had a great game versus the Ravens.
Yeah, he did.
Amazing.
And I think it was one thing we both talked about last week is someone we wanted to see jump out and make improvements because I'm pretty sure last week we both mentioned that up to this point we've been very disappointed in Corey Coleman.
And he looked like a great first-round pick.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He made moves out their ball. The one move that impressed me the most, his most impressive play all last week was that in the fourth quarter on that final drive when he caught the ball and got out of bounds.
Yeah.
That was better than both touchdowns. The one touchdown where he caught it short and ran in looked nice. But that one where he caught the ball, I want to say at the 40, and gained some yards and juked out probably 2 defenders and got out of bounds.
Yeah, he was smart enough and very aware to know to get out of bounds. Unfortunately, that great play was kind of
Negated
due to the referee's lack of
the
judgment.
Phantom taunting call that they made on.
It was so clear he was trying to toss the ball to the ref. I don't think that there was any indication of him trying to show, because he didn't have any emotion other than tossing the ball. Like, he wasn't sitting there all pumped up or anything like that.
He didn't spike it on his head or something.
Right, he just kind of threw the ball over in the ref's direction. It happened to land short and hit the Ravens player.
Yeah. So that really, I mean, who knows if we would have won. I'm sure we would have found another way to lose the game.
Browns always find a way to Browns.
So I'm not going to say they screwed us out of the game, but it definitely lessened our chances considerably.
And then McCown with a terrible attempt on the very next that was picked off.
Yeah.
I didn't even see a Browns receiver in the screen.
There was one pretty close. I remember. I think Pryor was there. But so that's unfortunate. So he's out 4 to 6 weeks. So
we're going to be missing out on that. 2 of the 3 Baylor players are down. Actually all 3, because Gordon's suspended. But we're looking forward to that Baylor trio with RG3, Corey Coleman, and once Josh Gordon came back, I was looking forward to seeing those 3 on the field. And right now, none of them are on.
So we got 3 weeks until Gordon comes back.
2 more games.
Yep, 2 more games,
He'll
and
be
then
back in the third game against the Patriots and Tom Brady.
So that will definitely boost our wide receiver. So right now we're with Terrell Pryor, Hawkins, and the rookies.
Yeah, Ricardo Lewis. We got Hollywood Higgins and Jordan Payton.
I know Jordan Payton hasn't been suiting up recently.
I'm sure he'll be in uniform this game. I'd imagine.
Yep. So big blow to the offense. I mean, offense did look pretty good. At least in that first quarter, we looked great. But after that, after McCown's injury, it sort of went downhill.
I know we were all texting back and forth in our group message. We were going crazy. Like, all of a sudden, everybody was like, "Who is this team? Like, what is going on?" And I'm sure. I think it was mentioned 2 or 3 times that who is this team? And,
right.
It was so much fun to watch in that first quarter because, obviously McCown got him rolling. I think his play was a big part of the reason why our offense was going so well. We had Corey Coleman doing really well. He caught, 2 touchdowns on his first 2 catches or something?
I believe something like that.
And so, it was just so much fun to watch. And
he had a couple other deep balls caught too.
Right.
And then Crow, with that
85-yard run, that was awesome.
That's pretty.
It was beautiful blocking.
Yeah, whole team.
Every offensive lineman did perfect, set up the hole, and Crow just flew right through it. And
beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, this is the most fun I've had watching Browns in a while.
Right. Yeah.
The second quarter came and it just went downhill.
Yeah. So, rough game. So, we got the Dolphins this week. What are you looking for in this week?
Honestly, this is kind of the easy way out. But one thing I'm looking forward to is just making sure that all the players come off the field in one piece. I want to see our team stay healthy. But I also kind of want to see our defense continue to grow and build. Like, I think it was a big step up. Granted, they did give up 25 unanswered points. I get that. But, Joe Hayden had a heck of a performance.
Yeah, he had a great game.
We did a pretty good job of shutting down the run for the most part during the game, too. So I just want to see them continue to build on that. I want to see some pressure on the quarterback. We haven't really seen a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback the last 2 games. So that's one thing I want to see.
Yeah, I want to see some action from Terrell Pryor. We're not seeing what he had in the preseason translate to the regular season so far, and probably a lot of that is quarterback play. But I want to see some more red zone targets for him. I want to see some more just passes in his general direction. It seems like he comes away with 2 or 3 receptions a game when he should be getting 6 or 7.
Right. Yeah, I can agree with that.
But I think that's my biggest go-to is I just want to see Pryor develop more as a receiver. I want to see Duke Johnson get involved more.
Yeah, big time.
I've barely seen him play. I want to see some improvement from the rookies.
I want to see Duke Johnson more for fantasy purposes because I have him on my fantasy team, and I'm kind of down running back this week because I don't know what to do with the whole Jamal Charles, Spencer Ware situation.
Yes.
So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll throw Duke in there and just pray for the best. But that's besides the point. I'm with you. I definitely want to see Duke more involved. And Terrell Pryor does need – and I think he'll definitely get more targets his way without Coleman and no Josh Gordon. He's now our de facto number 1 receiver, so he should definitely see more footballs come his way. And
right,
Gary Barnidge, I guess.
He's looked mediocre all season.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if it's just a Hugh Jackson offense or what, or if last year was just kind of a fluke. But
That's what I'm leaning towards. It was more just like a flash in the pan type thing, which he's a solid player, but I don't think he's starting caliber
right.
tight
I mean,
end.
he hasn't been his entire career
Right.
until last year. But yeah, as far as Dolphins that concern me, I really don't want to get tore up by Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
I just really want to make him seem like Ryan Tannehill and not something greater than what he really is.
Yeah.
Their running back situation, I think Foster went down with an injury,
is
didn't he?
out, so it's
Ajayi or however you say it.
And then they also got Landry on the outside, who's
Right.
a very solid receiver.
Right. So as far as their offense goes, I'm not too overly threatened by them, but granted, any offense is going to win against this Browns defense.
Right.
And then as far as their defensive players go, they do have a heck of a defense.
Cameron Wake.
Ndamukong Suh, Kiko Alonso.
Yeah, I forgot Sue went there.
So, I mean, they got some intimidating guys on the defensive side.
So, are you predicting a win or a loss this week, Adam?
This week is definitely going to be a loss.
Yes.
I don't expect much out of Cody Kessler.
No.
He looked awful in preseason.
Against third stringers.
Yeah, and so...
I just hope, like, I know we're going to lose this game. I just hope there's a hilarity factor at some point in it. Like, I want to see some weird stuff happen, like, just freak plays. Like,
I think Hugh Jackson can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it in week 1 for whatever reason, but...
Yeah, I want to see some more fake punts and stuff like that. That's really what I'm really hoping for. Just the entertainment aspect is we need some hilarious stuff going on, some hijinks maybe, but
over or under 1.5 touchdowns for Cody Kessler passing.
Under. I think 0.
0?
0.
Okay, over or under 1.5 interceptions for Cody Kessler.
Over.
Do you think he's going to throw more than 1 pick?
Yeah, I think he'll have 2 picks, 0 touchdowns.
I hope not. I hope you're wrong.
And a fumble.
And a fumble or 2.
A strip sack, yeah. I see at least 1 strip sack.
Our offensive line definitely has to get better at protecting the quarterback. That's obviously proven itself over 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 2 quarterbacks go down with injury. And then going against this defensive line, it's very possible to make it 3 in a row. I mean, the Dolphins' defense is capable of doing it.
And now our starting center is out, so now we have I think we moved, Greco to center, and now we have
So Alvin Bailey playing right guard. Something like that.
So, But so let's get off in the Browns. I'm starting to get a little sad just talking about that. Let's go to the Indians.
They're bringing our
this brought my energy way down.
Yeah. Indians should hopefully bring it back up because
Hopefully.
their magic number is now down to 4. They're very close to clinching that AL Central.
Right.
But there's also some bad news with the Indians as well, continuing that Cleveland bad luck streak that I didn't think was going to exist anymore after the Cavs clinched the championship and ended that drought. But the bad luck streak has kind of shown its face again with Carrasco going down. He broke his hand.
Lots of broken hands in Cleveland this week.
Yeah, there really is. He got a liner right back at him, and it's his pitching hand. I think. So that's going to hurt. And that leads the Indians with a possible 3-man pitching rotation going into the first round of the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, instead of throwing out Tomlin and Clevenger, who have been kind of subpar as of late, they're thinking about just throwing them in as long relievers in the bullpen and just going with the rotation of Kluber and Salazar and that other one.
The other one? All right.
My mind is going blank there. But
I was watching you struggle with that.
I know. I think watching your face made it worse. I was more focused on you than what I was trying to think about. But anyways, possible 3-man pitching rotation for the Tribe. So that's something to look out for. They're just coming off a sweep with the Kansas City Royals, so everything's looking good.
Right.
I know about 5 days ago, one of the Indians beat writers, Paul Hoynes, or Hoynesy is his nickname, but he went out after Carrasco's injury and said that September 17th, the day the Indians' hopes and died or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
Extent.
The Indians players didn't take too kindly to that. Yeah.
Kipnis in particular tweeted at him and was like, well, then you can just watch the rest of the games from home. If you don't believe in us, stay away or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which, good for Kipnis.
Yeah.
And I believe the Indians are 4-1 since that story's been out, so that has
Awesome.
something to do with it. But yeah, the Indians are still looking pretty good despite having a couple injuries with the Carrascos and the Salazars.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm excited. Playoff baseball's coming. It's coming up fast. I mean, it's already into September. October's almost here.
it's been a while since we got to watch any good playoff baseball in Cleveland. Last time we did, that I remember anyways, we had the one-game playoff with Tampa Bay, and we got beat. And then before that, I think it was 2007, the magical year in Cleveland, when Indians were a game away from the World Series, and then the Red Sox ended up beating us.
Right.
But this team's different. There's something about this team. They got 11 walk-off wins this year. They got that magical never quit attitude.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's something that'll carry off over into the playoffs, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch when we got something to look forward to other than Browns games on Sunday.
Yeah, right. And I think that's about it with the Indians. I just want to mention the Cavs real quick. They started their mini camp, I think, out in California. Saw some social media posts from LeBron and from some of the other Cavs players. JR, still not there. He's still unsigned. Don't blame him for not showing up.
He was actually at the Indians game for a little connection there. Going from the Indians to the Cavs, he was at the Indians game.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it, in my mind anyways.
It's funny that he's spending his time while his teammates are in California, he's in Cleveland.
Right.
So
yeah,
it shows that he still wants to be in Cleveland.
Yeah. So I'm ready for basketball. I'm so ready for basketball.
Absolutely. I cannot wait to watch that ring ceremony and that banner go up. Oh,
that's
my gosh. That's
going to be a good day. 1 month away. 1 month and 2 days away, looks like. So today's the 23rd, so opening night's the 25th of October, I believe.
I believe so.
So we're a little over a month away, so I can't wait.
I don't know if I can wait that long.
I know.
Just go sit there and watch it on 2K or something.
Right. No, that was one of my favorite parts from the 2K trailers. It's the little ring ceremony they had, where they showed all the players with their rings. I was like, oh, this isn't real life, and I still get still getting choked up over it. Like, this is intense.
Man, I still sit there and watch videos. That last minute of Game 7, I still sit there. The other day, for whatever reason, I sat there and watched 3 different videos, and I can't get enough of it.
Oh, so good. Such a good memory. All right, so I think that's it with Cleveland sports, really. I think we have one more subject we want to talk a little bit like we did last week. We had the best names in sports. I want to go with the best nicknames in sports.
All right, yeah.
So
it should be a lot of fun. Ty, go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, I got a list of 5 or 6 that I came up with. So I think, let me see where I start. The first one, I think, Vinsanity.
All right.
Great basketball nickname for Vince Carter. Vinsanity. I love it. Half Man and Half Amazing is also one of his nicknames. Another great nickname. Some other ones, we got Froby. I loved Froby.
I don't know if I'm familiar. I mean, obviously it's probably Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
but
from back
I don't think I ever remember.
Back when he had the
nickname.
fro and he was number 8. Back in early 2000s, his nickname was
What about
Froby.
the Black Mamba? I mean, that's a good one.
Well, he came up with that himself. I didn't like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't like when players come up with their own nicknames.
I agree with that. I didn't realize he did.
Let's see who else I got. I got Dick Knight Train Lane.
All right.
I like that name. It's just the way it flows out the mouth. Feels good. Seabass. Sebastian Janikowski. Another good one. Iceman. George Gervin.
Okay.
I really like Iceman.
Right.
That's a really good nickname. And then another one nickname of all time. Can you guess it?
Primetime?
No.
No?
Magic Johnson. Magic. That's his name now.
Right.
It started off his nickname. Obviously, his name is Irvin Johnson, but very few people call him anything besides Mag Johnson. I think that's the mark of a great nickname. Is it's now your new name is your nickname.
Right. Yeah.
So I think those were my top nicknames. I don't know. It's just there's lots of stuff that goes into making a good nickname. One is you can't come up with it yourself. I feel like it has to be bestowed on you. 2 is it has to flow good and it has to describe you. I like Muscle Hamster for Doug Martin. He hates
Doug
it.
Hamster, you almost called him.
Yeah, for Doug Martin. What's he want to be called? He wants to be called Doug or not, but no, Muscle Hamster. Because he's a short guy. He's bulky.
He's very muscular, yeah.
Yeah, so I like Muscle Hamster. That's another strong nickname. So, you got any?
I don't have as many as you, and mine are a little bit more well known.
Okay.
But I'm a fan of the Primetime nickname.
Well, mine weren't unknown.
Huh?
Mine weren't that unknown. I feel like those are all strong.
I mean, some of them.
Which ones?
I mean, I'm just saying they're not as well known as Primetime. Everybody knows Primetime. When you hear Primetime, who do you think of?
Deion Sanders.
All right, I've never heard of Froby.
You've never heard of Froby?
Not one time in my life.
Eric, have you heard of Froby? What?
No.
Wow.
Like, you hear Black Mamba, you think of Kobe Bryant. You're not Froby.
No one's heard of Froby. Wow. All right, whatever.
Hey, hit us up on social media. Have you heard of Froby?
Right.
Yes or no?
Please
Let
be
us
on
know.
my side. But no, Froby's a great name. All right, so go ahead.
All
Yeah,
right,
prime time.
I got prime time. I like prime time just because, I mean, to me, when you hear nickname, who you think of? Deion Sanders, prime
Right.
time. Also, this one was a little bit more popular a couple years ago. I'm kind of hesitant to bring it up. But Johnny Football.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it was a great nickname.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it until he just kind of ruined our lives as Browns fans. But
it was a great nickname. It was. It really was.
I'm a fan of the Johnny Football. This one goes against your rule, and obviously it's another Cleveland-related one, but I like the idea of the King James one, just because I know it's kind of self-given.
Right.
But, I mean, King James,
I know.
He's the king of basketball, and there's obviously been multiple King James real kings. So,
right.
I like that nickname just because.
See, that was almost on my list, but I had to take it off. I mean, it's a good nickname. That's what people know him by, is the king. Like,
right.
It's hard to argue that not being a great nickname, even though it was sort of self-given.
Right. I'm trying to think if I can think of any others off the top of my head real quick.
Some other Cleveland ones we got Uncle Drew, but I felt like that was too much marketing of a gimmick. I felt like, I mean, it's a good nickname, but
definitely marketing.
It was definitely a commercial nickname.
And no one really, I mean, I guess I don't know 100%, but I feel like the only people that really call him Uncle Drew are Cavs fans.
No, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter.
Have you?
Go,
okay.
Like whenever he hits a play,
positive,
a lot of people go call him Uncle Drew. I feel like I've seen quite a bit of that.
I'm trying to think of other like funny one. Like, there's Andy Dalton, the
What
Red
about-
Rifle.
Yeah.
Me and
William the Refrigerator Perry.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Me and Brandon kind of took the Red Rifle and changed it. Brandon was on our BA Fantasy Sports podcast, and we like to jokingly call him the Ginger Rocket.
The Ginger.
So.
All right. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of some other good ones now. I want to think. Yeah, like you said, funny ones.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the good ones out of the way.
Yeah. Refrigerator. What's it?
The bus.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Eric throwing in the bus.
Yep. The bus was very strong.
Who else is there? I'm trying to think. Obviously, my mind's working. So if I'm trying to think all three sports,
I got one.
I need to narrow it down to just one sport and think of it at a time.
All right. So, Corey Maggette,
Yeah.
the basketball player. His nickname, not in like national television circles, but his nickname is Bad Porn, because there's lots of action but no finishing. So his nickname is Corey Bad Porn Maggette.
Oh,
that's a funny one. I really like that one.
That's a good one. I've never heard that one either, but I like it.
Yep.
All right, let's think football here. I'm trying to go down. Any good football?
I mean, LT was a good one. LaDaine Thompson and Lawrence Taylor both were
right. See,
great.
that's my problem with it, is that there's two LTs.
Right.
So when
So
you
it's not a
hear
great
LT,
name.
which one are you talking
Right.
about? You know what I mean?
I like the group nicknames, like the Legion of Boom.
Yeah, I like that.
That was good.
My favorite Cleveland one, when we had T.J. Ward and Joe Hayden, and they went by Lockdown on the Lake a little bit. And I thought
that was all right. I
special.
feel like it was forced.
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% sold
It didn't
on
really catch on, but I liked it. I liked just
Right.
the sound of
What was the Vikings? They're the Purple People Eaters.
it. Yep.
That was a good one.
You can go Cincinnati Reds. Big
the
Red
Minister of Defense, Reggie White.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
That's a real good one. Cincinnati Reds was the Big Red Machine. Then you got
Big Poppy.
Big Poppy. Another team won, New York Yankees back in the 27, the Bronx Bombers.
The Bronx Bombers is a great one.
Yeah.
So those are some just, I think some of our favorite nicknames. I'm sure we could do this all day and come up with
Right.
random nicknames, but we'll put a Facebook post out and see if we can get some more interaction with you guys and see if you guys want to post anything, some of your favorite nicknames. I know my dad posted a couple of his favorite names last week. One was Mercury Morris. That's the one that sticks out to me.
Yeah, that's a good
which
one.
is a good name. But so hopefully we get some more interaction from you guys, letting us know your favorite nicknames.
And let us know if you've ever heard of Froby.
Froby. I mean, that seems like, I can't believe you guys haven't heard of that. That's so common to me. Like, I've never not heard that. Like,
See, I don't know.
that's weird. That's weird. That blows my mind. That's like you guys not hearing of Magic Johnson. Like,
I don't think Froby is anywhere on the same level
It's so
as Magic
ingrained in
Johnson.
my head of being a great nickname.
No, I think it's another one of those for you. You know, you're a big Brian Russell guy, and you call him a Cleveland legend, but most people probably don't even remember Brian Russell.
Oh, yeah. Even I was sort of like, Brian Russell? Like, oh, shit. My dude, Brian Russell.
But yeah, I think that's going to do it.
Yeah, so I think that's about it for us this week. As always, go check out our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're definitely going to be trying to be posting more on Twitter and Instagram. We just really post behind-the-scenes stuff, but definitely try to maybe live tweet some of the events coming up now that I know I can get on the Twitter, because before I didn't realize I had access to it, so I just sort of
And I'm terrible. I'm terrible on social media. I'm on there all the time. I sit there and I'll retweet stuff and I'll see stuff, but I never sit there and like I don't ever post. I don't know. I'm just bad about it.
Right. So you can also check out the website www.bbaobserver.com. Yeah, I want to thank Eric again, setting us up in his new house in his basement. Great new little studio we got.
Right, yeah.
It's definitely nice. I like it.
Big upgrade from where we were before.
So, yep, he makes all this possible, and he's working out all the behind-the-scenes stuff constantly. So, thanks again for everyone who listened, and we'll be back again next week.
Yep, thanks, guys.